Entrepreneurs have just the thing for you. Jonathan Bloom has details on a little bitty camera that will turn you into a great big expert.
Hundreds lined the waterfront to watch the lunar eclipse, many with their big cameras and telescopes. But one group of young men showed up with something much smaller.
The world's smallest astronomy camera ever.
They're calling it the Tiny Moss camera. Right now it's a series of prototypes, some metal, some plastic.
And this is how our product will look like.
But inside that rough exterior, the camera is already working and producing stunning images of the moon and the stars.
This is going to hold a sensor that is very sensitive to light.
That sensor is 1/7 the size of a normal camera's.
Which means your images are going to be 7 times as zoomed in as normal.
That means you don't need a telescope. This breathtaking shot of the Milky Way came from the tiny lens that's included with the camera, or find a telephoto lens from an old film camera, and now it becomes 7 times as powerful.
That is actually qualified as a telescope.
But having good hardware is only half the battle. A lot of the magic in here is going to be the software that lets an amateur astronomer take pictures like a professional.
The biggest problem that people have is that they're not really sure what they're pointing at.
So the camera takes care of that for you.
They can type in, for example, Saturn, and the camera actually points you towards it.
Once you find it, that's when the hard work would normally begin.
Right now, the solutions out there, you have to use, say, about 3 different software just to do the capture, the processing, and the post-processing. And that makes it really difficult.
Programs that combine multiple pictures to take out the graininess and the blur from the atmosphere are built into the camera. In fact, you'll never need to touch a computer.
All this can actually be directly uploaded to your smartphone and you can share on social media.
After showing off the camera at the TechCrunch Disrupt conference, the team's headed back to Singapore. They'll start selling pre-orders later this year for $350 a pop. In San Francisco, Jonathan Bloom, ABC7 News.
$350, that's a deal. Let's get a fix on what's going on outside, because right now, streets are dry, Jonathan. Won't be that way in a couple of hours, I bet.
And we've got heavy rain on the way for a lot of us. This is the last mild day, more like the last day you step outside, it feels like a sauna. Then as we head toward the weekend, we're talking about Tropical Storm Joaquin. So here's the big picture. There's quite a bit going on. This cold front is heading our way. That is going to squeeze all the rain right over toward the D.C. area. Before it gets here, area of low pressure forms right here. Meanwhile, down from the south, all the way down from the Yucatan Peninsula, lots and lots of moisture on the way. And then flip over here, high pressure continues to push wind in the other direction. So basically everything's kind of converging right around our area, and that's why we'll see plenty of heavy rain. Already tracking some of that into the Shenandoah Valley just outside of Culpeper, and it's going to start to push this way. Now this is where we'll pick up the heaviest rain, so that's why we have the flash flood watch there. Goes into effect this afternoon through early tomorrow morning. So that's going to be near Frederick County down to Warren, over toward Rappahannock, Madison County, everywhere you see highlighted in that green color. So here's what we're watching on live Doppler. Still mostly dry as you head over towards southern Maryland. Just a few isolated showers, but this is what it looks like on Futurecast. We'll run through this pretty quickly. The heaviest rain comes after 4 o'clock, and you see kind of that line of showers, even a few thunderstorms working its way over toward the district as we get closer to around 10 o'clock. Mostly dry weather for tomorrow, just an isolated shower. Let's switch over. I want to show you rain totals, what that same model is suggesting, and you'll see the highest numbers do work their way throughout the Shenandoah Valley, closer to the Blue Ridge. A lot of folks going to see closer to 2 inches in those spots. Not quite as much, probably more like 3/4 of an inch around D.C. 80 degrees for our high temperature today, tonight down to 68. The heavy rain and thunderstorms predominantly before midnight. Then as we talk about the weekend, 67 on Saturday. Some showers are likely as we're watching Tropical Storm Joaquin hanging in the ocean, but still tossing some moisture our way. So it's 80 today, 74 tomorrow. A few light showers, but I'm not expecting too much. Isolated on Thursday, better chance for rain Friday into Saturday, then drier but cloudier by Monday. We'll be right back.
You know, just before retirement, I had that uh-oh moment. It is not a